Oh no! Oh, this is gonna melt my heart. I might honestly just like dissolve into a puddle on the floor of just how wholesome and heartwarming this is. Hello, my lovely, beautiful Claire Bears. It's Elsie. Welcome to my channel if you are new, and if you are returning, welcome back. I am especially excited for this 17 comeback for a couple of reasons. One, because I feel like we've been incredibly spoiled with 17 this year. We always are, but I feel like FML was one of my favorite K-pop albums of the year. So that just made me extra excited when this comeback was announced. And then number two, I actually got to participate in the pop-up event that happened when I was in Seoul in October. It was really, really cool to visit that location where they had all kinds of activities going on, where unfortunately my friend and I are terrible at planning, so we didn't actually end up being able to participate in any of the activities they had, like keychain making or listening to some snippets of the album in advance. But we got to make our way around the grounds, take pictures. I even got to take a picture in pretty much the exact location where some of the members were shown just days later. Plus they gave out some free merch, which was really cool. So there's this 17th Heaven wristband, these stickers where you can see that they're kind of starting to lift because I had to carry them around in my suitcase for 2 weeks after receiving them. And then they also gave out this map of all of the activities and the businesses that were participating in the activities. And I don't have the album today to unbox, unfortunately, because I made a rookie mistake of ordering multiple pre-orders in one order to save on shipping, but the final album that I ordered, which was the Stray Kids' newest comeback, is not being released until November 10th, so I probably won't get my 17 album until at the minimum a couple of days after that. But I might end up doing some kind of like special 17 unboxing album type of video because of the fact that while I was in Korea, I also went a little bit wild at some of the K-pop stores because how cheap albums are there compared to here in Canada. I'd say like a third of the price. So I got the Sector 17 Weverse edition, the BSS Second Wind Weverse edition, and I got Semicolon, but I feel like I'm gonna have to wait to open this until I do that video. But yes, lots to get to, so let's get to the video. But before we do, please don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoy it and subscribe to my channel. For today's beverage of the day, I have some ginger lemon tea because my tummy hurts, which is pretty much par for the course with me. I feel like I've been saying par for the course a lot lately. Am I secretly a 55-year-old suburban dad? But I feel like there's nothing better for a sore tummy than some 17 and their comforting positive vibes. So let's get started here with our first track on the album, which is SOS, produced by Marshmello. There's just something to me about the first track on a 17 album. Something about them just always slaps. They just hit different. And it kind of feels like we're treading on new ground here too, because while 17 do collabs with other artists, rarely, if ever, that I'm aware of, have they actually done a collab on their main discography, like on something that isn't just a single. So, you know, Mr. Marshmello, Mr. Mello, is a lucky man. And I'm curious to see how he fits in with 17's vibe overall, especially considering the fact that he participated in the composition of this song. So let's get started here with SOS. I'm trying to figure out if that's like a distorted guitar or something else. Ooh. Oh, is this gonna be an all English song? Ooh. Oh, I love the back and forth between Mingyu and Kwanu. Ooh. DK always builds up that pre-chorus. It's awesome. Ooh. definitely hear the Marshmello influence in this. You'll be waiting because you're my friend. Oh. The song just felt so intense up to this point, and this like intense chorus that S Hoops just like drops a bomb into. And then it just ends with this cute, sweet line of all the time because I'm your friend. Like, I love that contrast. But I think I'll keep going before we talk about the lyrics. Normalize danger. It's like such a bop, but at the same time, the lyrics are just like so depressing. Oh, that got me. Ooh, now Vernon coming in. I like that they're switching it up. It is very comforting. Okay, we're picking up the the vibe, the positivity. Yeah, because it's just like, people are dying, but I'll be your friend. So it's just like, it caught me off guard at first. I was just like, this seems very bleak for a 17 song, but I see where they were going with it for now. That just like, it just like made me smile, despite the fact that they're just like, people are dying. And then right after that part from Seungkwan, I almost thought that that wasn't DK because of just like the tone of his voice that I'm just like not used to. I just want to listen to it again. It almost sounds like if you blended his voice with Mingyu's. And you know, at first I was kind of like, where are they going with this? But then once we got there, it was very clear about how when we're in our darkest moments, it's the people around us and the people who love us that can bring us out of that space. And you know, it's a scary world that we live in, especially if you're someone who follows the news cycle, and it can just be one thing after the other. And we're almost like not designed to absorb all of this horrific stuff that we can just absorb on a daily basis. Day to day, it's like we're on an infinite roulette. Spin it now. Who's the next target? It's just one of those things where it's like something bad can happen to anybody. And you know, don't know what we've all become. We need to find a way out. More and more, it just feels like there's polarization, because like, where are we going right now? Like, what is this all for? All this suffering, you know? But you know, shooting the SOS is kind of like, it feels like in this case the equivalent of your oxygen mask, and how people always say to put on your own mask before you put on someone else's mask, of, you know, you need to take care of yourself first, because 17 will be waiting here for all of us. And that's the thing, and why I feel like I have been drawn to 17 so much is because of that just like complete comfort zone I feel like I'm in when I listen to their music, and probably why so many of you are drawn to them as well, because there's enough crap in the world, enough sadness, and even though, you know, they can address these types of topics in their songs, they still always have this just hopeful outlook that I really appreciate, and that they like don't pretend that it doesn't exist, because I feel like when you try to pretend your problems don't exist or that there isn't anything wrong, then that can be an issue. But here it's kind of like they acknowledge that it exists, but that it's okay, and that you can still find comfort in them. Which is like, again, like emotionally intelligent kings. So, 17 appreciation post, which is pretty much what all of my reactions are. But all right, let's go to our next song here on the album, which is the title track for the album God of Music, which according to the 17 wiki was written by Woozi, Bumzu, S-Coops, Mingyu, and Vernon. So Woozi plus 3 out of 4 of our hip-hop team. So is this title track maybe going to have a bit more of an edge to it? Because like God of Music seems like a very grand statement, So I really have no idea what kind of subject this song could be about, and the vibe of this too. So I feel like there's only one way to find out. Let's listen. Oh no. A hug of gratitude. I like his cardigan. Had to whip mine out, my fun knitted cardigan for this video. Oh. Ooh, I remember some of these pieces from the pop-up. Let's be friends. Oh, I love the vibe of this. Oh! Oh no! Oh, this is gonna melt my heart. Huh. Definitely getting the like 70s influence in here, not just with their clothes, but like the music too. Oh my gosh, this is actually like hurting the wholesomeness here, and it's kind of giving me like an old 17 title track vibe. This feels like night and day compared to Super, and it reminds me of like an Aju Nice era 17 song, and it seems like this song is their offering to the God of Music to say thank you for bringing people together through this universal language, as DK said. Different alphabets, but no matter as long as there's music. It's true, it really brings us all together, and I feel like not just with the rise of K-pop, but also with the rise of things like Latin music, it's more and more common to see in someone's music library, whether it's, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever, that they have music on there in multiple languages, including languages they don't even speak. And we can't communicate with words, but with music. And we can be friends, best friends, despite not, speaking in the same language. And it's what has connected me to you watching this video, connecting over a band where we probably both don't speak the language that they're singing in most of the time. And don't fret, let's just sing and dance. This is our happiness. It kind of goes with what I was saying with SOS, where in a lot of ways 17 can feel like an escape, and that their music and like being with Carrot is just a safe space. And this like Kung Chi Pak Chi is this kind of like a darum darim da type of thing, where it's just like making noises that sound good and making their own language, like the Icelandic group Sigur Rós, who the singer, he sings in as essentially a made-up language that just sounds good phonetically. It's all just like very wholesome, and I love how much 17 focuses on bringing people together and how so much of their music is about that. So yeah, let's keep listening. Oh, not the ants. Ooh. Yeah, I might honestly just like dissolve into a puddle on the floor of just how wholesome and heartwarming this is. And I love their outfits and how colorful they are. I can't stop smiling. The guitar. This makes me want to like dance in the streets, you know? Ooh, the jackets. I'm loving the outfits in this. Oh. Not the slow down music for the snail. That's awesome. This must have been so much fun to make, but I have to say, I think my favorite part of this was the ant and little tiny microphone. Like, petition to make this ant the 14th member. And I feel that just like Kong Chi Bak Chi Kong Chi Chi Bak Chi is gonna be stuck in my head for the rest of the day. Dedum Dedim Del, like, watch your back. Kong Chi Bak Chi is coming for you. And I'm actually obsessed with these jackets, like one of each please, but you know, also these ones too. Everything about this was so great and so much fun, not just aesthetically and with the storyline in the video, but also just the song itself and the lyrics, and that 17 is just trying to bring us all together through music. It feels like they've come such a long way as artists since I watched and listened to their debut, but it does have like an element of nostalgia to it, even though, you know, I was not there in those early days of their debut. There's just something throwback-ish to it that feels like they're kind of giving a nod to their roots. And I'm looking forward to seeing them bring that fun and that energy to the dance practice, which of course I have to include in my reaction. I feel like not including this in my reaction would be illegal. Oh my gosh, why are there so many fluffs? Especially since we only kind of got a taste for what the choreography was like during the chorus. So I wonder if they're going to bring in like mimicking playing instruments or anything along those lines in the choreography. So let's find out and watch the dance practice. They already look like they're smiling and having fun from second one. Ooh. I feel like that would have been really hard to keep in sync them, like balancing on one foot. Oh no, S-Coops! Oh no. I guess he was still injured. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this that just makes it feel like an old 17 song, you know? I like the Canadian tuxedo that Vernon's rocking. I feel like denim on denim is very in right now. Ah! I love that. Oh my gosh, I can't get over the wholesomeness of this. Oh, there was that one little guitar playing moment. And I love that they're hyping each other up too. And I find there's no one person that I'm watching. Oh, I was caught off guard by that. There was no one person that I've been watching in this performance. Oh. But I'm feeling this velour sweatsuit from Wonu. They're just like, ugh, they just look like they're having fun, you know? Which is all you can ask for. Yay, that was so fun. I feel like there's nothing more enjoyable in a dance practice than seeing the artist just have fun and just, you know, like enjoy their craft, because it just seemed that way every step along the way. But I also just liked the outfits as well. Like, I'm always so curious what goes into the decision of what the members wear for a dance practice. Like, is it very carefully determined, or do the members just walk in wearing whatever they want, or is it somewhere in the middle? Like the Canadian tuxedo, for example. Whoa, I just noticed how much thigh was going on there. Like, who decided all of that thigh would be exposed? And then this like little bonus nugget in the middle of the video. I don't know if I've ever seen a dance practice with something like this in the middle. This reminds me of like when you were little and you were going on vacation and your parents would take pictures and they'd be like, "Kids, smile," and you kind of turn around and like, and then go back to what you're doing. This kind of reminds me of that, of like the smiles on their faces. Although, of course, DK has his 1,000-watt smile going at all times. And also, like, shout out to Wonu for dancing in glasses. I feel like how much jumping and that sort of stuff was going on. There was just so much room for error there. Maybe the hat is helping with, like, keeping it glued to his head. But yeah, what a fun, upbeat, joyous title track that we have here. It feels needed, you know, at this time we're living in, but I feel like you could say that for any time we're living in. There's always something happening, and 17 can always be that little escape, that moment of joy. But okay, let's get to the final song of this part, which is Diamond Days, where we have Woozy, S-Coups, and Vernon joining in on the lyrics here. No Mingyu this time, I suppose. So I don't know what kind of vibe we move on to after that really high energy song. If we maybe like mellow things out a bit, it's gonna be hard to match the energy of that last song. Let's listen. Slip into the diamond life. No. Oh my gosh. I love it. This is such, like, so groovy. Buried in the dirt. Well, remember, no, I was saying that it felt like It felt like God of Music was just so nostalgic, and this is just even more nostalgic, like directly referencing their debut. That's so odd. That's something I said right before listening to this. Wow. And that they're, not taking for granted the kind of success that they've experienced, and they're remembering their roots. I'm Changing Hearts still the same. I will never not be blown away by DK and Seungkwan's. Oh my gosh, I will never not be blown away by their vocals. I can't even imagine what Carrot, who've been around since 2015, experience listening to this song. That must have been just such a gut punch, It feels like an OG track elevated here. Our shining promise will never break. The way we are now will always be the same. I like how they always do that flip between Seungkwan and DK. These vocals, though. I wonder what it was about this time, why now that they're doing this album with this level of nostalgia. Oh my gosh, amazing. But it just makes you realize just how far they have come since the start of it all. Back when they had holes in the floor in the dance practice room, and now they're under Hybe. But it still doesn't feel like they're a different group. Like they said, it just feels like they're fundamentally the same, and they really have this just strong identity about them that they haven't lost, and it's probably why they still have so many fans to this day and have been able to be so successful, where each minute, each second is a shining moment, and it'll continue to be so. Our shining promise will never break. The way we are now will always be the same as the beginning. So it's they're making a promise to Carrot of where, as much as we'll evolve, we're never going to change. And tying a little bit to SOS, it's almost this feeling of stability, of you can always rely on us to be a stable force. And I would love to see the reaction of a day one Carrot when they heard that Slip Into the Diamond Life. And I'm really, really glad that I had reacted already to their debut, because, there's still a huge amount of 17's discography that I haven't gotten into yet, but their debut was one of them. So I'm glad that I got the reference, but it just like reminds me that I still have so much more to go through. And just like with 17, you can rely on me to be here, and I'm gonna stick around and continue to go through their discography. So that brings us to the end of this first part, because unfortunately pretty much any album under Hybe I cannot post a reaction of the entire album in one video, so I'll be splitting it up here and reacting to the final 4 songs on the album in the next part, which you can watch right here. So I hope that you stick around for my reaction to the second half of the 17th Heaven album. If not, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the future for another 17 reaction.